Jeff Koinange is seated with Presidential Advisor Moses Kuria and Kisii County Senator Richard Onyonka.
That's right. Thanks, Ayub. Senator, let me start with you.
Yes.
How you saw that story right there.
Yeah.
How is it going to resolve the whole Shah controversy?
Actually, it doesn't. What it does is the president has made a decision to solve a problem which he should have solved about 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. He's talking about there are medical providers, particularly, and I seem to think, I could be wrong, but I seem to think that many of these medical providers who are being affected were the religious-based. And you notice that the churches have been raising this constantly. So first of all, I want to say I thank him for making the correct decision. Does that solve the fact that Shah and Chief are not working? No. So just the way he has sorted out this problem of paying the pending bills or outstanding bills, which the former National Health Insurance was owing these people, let him again get people who can sit down, because to me, this advice is correct advice. Because he didn't have an option.
Moses.
Let us ask ourselves one question. You know, the debts that the president has ordered that be paid date back to 2016. From 2016 to 2022, June of 2022, we accumulated 22 billion. Let's say there was 6 billion up to 2022, then another 16 billion from 2022 to the advent of Shah in October 1 of 2024, and another 10 billion in the last 3 months, you know, after that transition. So let us ask ourselves, where did the rain start beating us? This so-called wonderful NHIF, how can you accumulate 30-something billion, 33 billion of debts in 9 years? Where was NHIF? Where were we? You know, the way this is being made to sound is that if this debts we just found our way there. Can I tell you something? Sure. There was a report in 2019 by a gentleman called James Wambogo, who was leading a committee on NHIF, and it predicted, I want you to go and read that report, that NHIF would collapse by 2022. So, like Jeremiah's prophecy, it had been prophesied that NHIF was unsustainable. Let me tell you what was happening in NHIF, Jeff. Every month, we would collect 3 billion shillings. Out of 3 billion shillings, $500 million goes to expenses every month, administration costs. And by the way, there was no division, there was no separation between money going to facilities and money that is for tissue paper and other salaries and administrative things. It was all lumped up together. The administrative cost at NHIF was 15% at best. At worst, it was going to 42%. So the problem went going on and on. So out of 3 billion, take $500 million. So we left with 2.5 billion. Claims, on average, were averaging 4 billion. So every month, we were bleeding of 1.5 billion you know, the books were not balancing.
Right.
And it kept on going and on and on and on and on and on and on. Yeah. That was 2016. So by the time we are coming for this transition, actually, we are just saying, it is by grace of God that we are saved from this. So it's okay to say that we are doing the right thing today. Yeah. But it's okay. It is very important to note that these debts were accumulated for 9 years. And actually, the fact that we have that debt, for me, is the biggest vindication of why we needed to move from NHIF to Shah.
Okay.
Because even NHIF was fabulous, we shouldn't have had those debts.
It's not fabulous at all, but you know, we'll talk about that. Hold that thought, gentlemen. Hold that thought. We're going to get back to you in a little short while. In the meantime, let's go back to Ayub Abdul Kadir for more of the news. Ayub.